This is not an ashram, it's a community. Because there are several ashrams that I visited, but this is the first one I found where it's community
It's a
life.
community, yeah. We call it a meditation center. Meditation is at the heart of it, but we do have the entire community. And
Everybody works, yeah.
Yeah. How do you maintain that balance? I mean, you didn't get lost in that maya of the illusion of, that comes with
These are wonderful
success.
things to say about yourself. I don't get lost in Maya. I don't care about my fame. It doesn't work that way. Of course you care about your fame.
Mm-mm.
Of course you care that people want to constantly come and talk to you. But there's another aspect of fame it's like alcohol. It's an addiction.
Mm.
I didn't ever get addicted to it. Because I think that if you could not justify what you've done with a lot of internal questioning, then you think that fame has come because chance.
Mm.
My fame did not. I got to work because of chance sometimes. But no, none of my films happened without me deeply thinking about them. So if I connect to Elizabeth, I have months and months of thinking about who that person is.
Mm.
Any character in any film that I've been in, I can tell you, write a book about the character. One character, I can write a book.
Mm.
That's how deeply you have to think, or at least I do. So really you are, and a film succeeds, you're still thinking about that.
Mm-mm.
The character is still going up in your head. It never goes away. It's like an artist who never completes a painting. So fame can happen and you can get addicted to fame. If that process of creation stops, then something else has to take over. But for me, I'm still making Bandit Queen.
Mm.
I'm still making Masoom. I went back to see Masoom and I kept wondering, how the hell did I make this? What was I thinking? So literally, the addiction to fame is like when all else fails, you get addicted to alcohol.
Mm.
So all else only fails when you think that you've done something and stopped and it's finished. It's not finished.
It's never finished. One after
No,
the
it
other.
doesn't.
To the other.
Nothing. It's not only one after the other. The previous one goes on. It just goes on. The next one comes out of the other one and comes out of another one.
So the spiritual aspect, has it been a part of your work life and all of that, but are you also on a personal quest all through for that, something beyond that is not describable?
See, when people say, like your question, the transient nature, there was a feeling that transient nature is a linear path.
Mm-hmm. Mm. It's never linear.
It's not that.
Yeah.
A transient nature is ever present.
Mm.
It's always there.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like, okay, now Shekhar, transient nature going through. The problem is our addiction to linearity.
Mm.
We can't see the world, and our addiction to individuality. Like, does a leaf have a transient nature? When the wind is blowing, the leaf will flutter. I can say the leaf is playing.
Mm.
The branch will sway. I can say the branch is at play. And then the tree will move when there's a big storm, I say. And then the roots will hold together, and there's some kind of a play going on between the leaf, the branch, the trunk, and the roots. And they're playing with nature in trying to hold them together. Do they ever think that we have a transient nature, Or do they ever believe that they're individual? No. The leaf knows what its purpose is. Mm. It knows the leaf and the branch and the tree and the trunk and the soil that knows they're part of the planet. They never are addicted to a sense of individuality. We are. And I've often think that if we don't have this skull tissue, right? Just say we didn't have skull tissue and our brains were exposed. See our neurons clicking away? And they would click, 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 millions of clicks you would see of the brain neurons. You would absolutely believe that they're clicking in tune with the cosmos. Okay. You would not say I'm an individual. You say I'm an inherent part of the cosmos that can walk, that is mobile. But when you put a skull tissue on, you say, "No, I'm an individual." And we carry, it's a very Western concept also. In fact, you see in the storytelling, Western storytelling is very much about the rise in the way of an individual. Well, Eastern storytelling, ultimately, if you look at Chinese, Japanese, Indian, Mahabharata, everything, you find that the individual ultimately is acquiring and reaching his or her own destiny, which is kind of there. And then the destiny is revealed, and ultimately the journey is not completed till the destiny is revealed. And the destiny is a higher purpose in all storytelling. It's a higher purpose. It's much more than the individual. Whereas when you look at Western storytelling, because it's a newer culture, it's always the individual wins. The individual wins. So for me, if people say, what's your goal? Is to somehow experience the non-individual me. That's it.
And have you, what would you say would be your journey through experiencing that? And
I've experienced it at times. And because I've experienced it, I want to be in a state of experience. I'm not in a state of that experience. I'm like experienced it and then goes away and I say, whoa, what was that? And
make it constant.
Be in a state of experience. Meditation probably do that, but can you be in a, let's go meditate for 10 minutes a day. Can you be in a state of meditation? Now, being in a state of meditation is not the ability to do nothing. Constant state of meditation is the ability to know nothing, know the idea of nothing. And in that you create. Because everything else is expunged. When the heart is expunged, when the mind is expunged, suddenly you're free to create without bounds. So a state of meditation to me, if I can get there ever complete, is boundless creativity. Boundless creativity.
And this coming from you as just a possibility also is so inspiring. I mean, to reach that state itself. You were here and you meditated with the Heartfulness way. How was your experience with that? And
I've been wanting to meditate for years. This chaotic head of mine. I actually got it wrong. I thought I have to still the chaos. Here I found that I actually encourage the chaos.
Yes.
Encourage the thoughts to whirl even faster while I'm okay.
Yeah.
Rather than stop. Because how do I stop a mind that is constantly... I create a story every second. Everything I look at is a story. Everything I look at is a story. Wow, that's a story. That's a story. That's a story. That's my mind. So how do I tell it to stop looking for stories? So let it look for stories. Let it look for stories and let it keep doing that. That's one thing I've learned here. Don't try and be who you are not. Be who you are and then meditate. That's my experience here. Yeah.
Lovely.
What is amazing about Kanha is that the amazing community. It's not a bhakti movement. It's not the worship of one man, even though Daji is a wonderful human being. It's meditation. So where else will you find... I mean, there are architects and technocrats and media people. They all live here like any other community, except they live in a community where wherever you go, somebody's sitting meditating. Or I'll say, I want to meditate. Somebody will come and sit with me, meditate. That's creating a lot of gentleness and love in the community and probably increasing their productivity. So I would say that this is not an ashram, it's a community. Because there are several ashrams that I visited, but this is the first one I found where it's community life. It's a community,
yeah. We call it a meditation center. Meditation is at the heart of it, but we do have the entire community. And
everybody works, yeah.
Yeah. The families who work in the city, work from home and all of that, yeah.